Hello everyone, this is Zhou Xuemian with Xinhua News Agency. We are now at Beihai, Weizhou Island in South China's Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region. Weizhou Island is located in the Beibu Gulf in the South China Sea. It is also a popular tourist destination. But today we will pretend to ignore the crowded local pubs or tourists sunbathing on the beach. We will focus on a group of people. They devoted themselves to protecting corals around the island. They are actually from a research center in Guangxi University. The exhibition behind me is arranged or organized by them. They want to show the public some basic information of corals and what they are doing to protect corals. So this time we have invited Dr. Huang Wen to share us more about what they are doing to protect corals. Dr. Huang, can you say hi to our audience watching the live stream?
Hi.
So shall we go inside to see the exhibition now?
Sure. Let's go.
I think the first part of the exhibition shows us some basic information of corals, right?
Yes, although corals look like plants, but those are marine animals. They live in tropical and subtropical marine areas.
Oh, as we can see here, some species of corals are displayed here. Since they are animals, what do they eat in normal days?
Uh, some corals can catch plankton and small fish by stinging cells on the tentacles. Others obtain the majority of the energy and nutrients from just photosynthetic unicellular demoflagellates of the genus Spidinium that live within the tissues. They are all colorful creatures, however, they are threatened around the world. In particular, pollution, overfishing, disease are threats to coral ecosystems. Broader threats are sea temperature rise caused by global warming. Water temperature changes of more than 1 degree centigrade can kill some species of coral. Some scientists even predict that if no action is taken, these beautiful ecosystems will disappear by 2050.
And what about the situation here in Beibu Gulf or in the South China Sea?
The South China Sea has seen coral reef degradation in the past 50 years. Local corals have faced both natural and human threats. Apart from the damage caused by global warming, tourists could accidentally break the corals, and fishing nets discharged by fishermen could get caught in the corals, leading to the deaths.
So now I think we know how urgent to protect corals. So Dr. Huang, can you tell us more about what you did to protect the corals?
Yeah, our Coral Reef Center in Guangxi University was founded in 2014. Since then, we have transplanted more than 10,000 strains of corals covering over 2,000 square meters around Weizhou Island. Many strains have grown from 10 centimeter to 30 centimeter.
I think you mentioned you transplant corals around the island. What does transplant actually mean? Does it mean that all the corals you plant in the seafloor is actually the coral you collected from somewhere else?
Yeah, some ones we collected on the seafloor around the island. Most of them were once damaged. We collected them, repaired them in our lab, and transplanted them back in the sea. These corals are collected in the past. Now we are being repaired. When they have grown larger, they will be transplanted back.
And we can see that we can see several corals here. They are so tiny. I think most of them are no longer than 10 centimeters. Are they also once damaged?
Yes, they are all once damaged by fishing net.
Fishing nets. So they are actually rescued by your team, right?
Yes.
Can you show us how you transplant corals under the sea?
Let me show you some transplant models displayed here. Normally, we transplant corals in one of the 4 ways displayed here. The best way is to tie the corals on the artificial reefs.
I think these artificial reefs are made of cement. How many is this kind of artificial reefs have you placed under the sea?
We have placed more than 100 artificial reefs under the sea. They function as coral nurseries.
I guess this must be another way for you to transplant corals under the sea. And we can see oyster shells here, right? What is this called? What is this used for?
Yes, this is a holder of corals. We tied corals on this holder and put the holders in plastic lattice we place on the sea floor like this.
You can also see a hammer here. What is this used for? A little bit heavy.
Yes, it's used for fix the artificial reefs on the sea floor.
I guess it is not easy to use the hammer underwater, not to mention diving frequently to transplant corals on the seafloor, right?
Yes, but all of us have to dive frequently. It's quite exhausting to dive running more than 15 kilogram of equipment and staying underwater for 4 hours. It costs more calories than running 10 kilometers.
Mm-hmm. And what is the meaning of working so hard to protect corals around the island?
Something that I trade is that corals are animals, which means that each coral's life is as treasured as any other lives on the earth. They deserve a better living environment and being treated with dignity as lives. And what's more, corals provide marine organisms with place to rest, hide, live, and breeding. If the corals is damaged, the number of fish will decline as well. So, protecting corals also means restoring a better marine ecosystem.
Okay, that's a quite touching remark. Have you ever received any financial support from other social groups or other scientists?
Yes, we are funded by the National Nature Science Foundation of China and the Department of Science and Technology of Guangxi.
Okay, you are funded by the local scientific department, right? Okay, so you are funded by the local science department. Have you ever tried to cooperate with other scientists or research group in other countries, like in Western countries, in Australia or in the United States?
Yeah, we haven't done so yet, but we do want scientists and environmentalists from foreign countries know that there is a group of people in China. We also care the lives of corals and even treasure them as our own lives.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Huang, for receiving our interview. That's very kind of you to work so hard to protect our corals around the island.
Thank you.
Well, Huang actually told me before that if there is no strong wind hitting the island, or namely the weather condition on the sea is fine,
They work under the sea nearly every day for hours. But sometimes when storms hit the island, they have to wait anxiously for the sea to quiet. They need to get in the water as soon as possible after the storm, since the coral reef around the island had taken a beating by the storm. They believe that the coral reef around are protecting the island and people on it, since the undersea coral can block the storm's destructive power. So they feel obliged to help the coral back. But we know that the more days that pass after the storm, the less chances the coral has of survival. So I think we can call their work a race against time.
Dr. Wang also told me before that they also cooperate with the locals. Some local diving instructors volunteer to help them transplanting corals around the island. So this time we have invited Mr. Zheng to share us about his story. He is a diving instructor on the island. 郑先生您好，这个咱们可以给我们讲一讲这个咱们为什么会这个志愿来做这个珊瑚种植的这个活动吗？
我也是一个潜水爱好者，一个潜水的经营者。然后我们在一个潜水的活动当中的话，经常会看到一些珊瑚大面积的死亡和退化，看到其实也是非常心痛的。所以的话，我们也是加入到这黄渤当中珊瑚种植、珊瑚恢复的一个行列当中去。
咱们是这个涠洲岛本地人吗？
对，是的，我从小这里长大的。
I asked him whether he was born on the island. He said yes, and he said he felt very sad when he witnessed the corals were damaged and died in large numbers as he was diving before. 所以呢，咱们以后未来有没有什么关于咱们珊瑚保护方面的规划呢？
我们现在的话也在跟黄渤这边的话也在做这个珊瑚恢复的一个工作。我们也呼吁大众的潜水员也加入到我们的行业当中来。然后就是我们这个，因为我们受到这个水域的一个影响吧，这个工作的话只有我们这个潜水员才能做到，就呼吁大家都能加入到我们这个当中去，然后为了这个海洋事业去做一些贡献吧。
I asked him about his future plan. He said he planned to invite more diving enthusiasts coming and help transplant corals around the island. He said it is a quite difficult task, so only experienced diving instructors can do this to volunteer, help them to transplant corals around the island. 然后咱们对保护的前景怎么看？
希望我们这个工作的话，能够让我们的海洋能够恢复到重现以前的非常漂亮的一个生态环境吧。
I asked him about his imagination in the future about the corals around the island. He thinks after several years of transplantation, colorful underground landscapes will reappear. Thank you for receiving our interview.
Well, I know that coral transplantation is an extraordinary challenging job. In order to avoid touching the coral so that it is not damaged, they actually cannot stand on the seafloor but remain suspended in the water with their heads down.
Today, I think we know that in China, we also have a group of people, they treasure corals as their lives. They also care environmental issues.
And thanks to their hard work, the ecological benefits in Weizhou Island are clear. The open data shows that since coral provide marine animals like fish with places to rest, hide, live and breed, the number of fish in the area with artificial reefs, which delivered by Huang's team, is times higher than that of neighboring areas without those artificial reefs.
So much for today's live stream. Thank you for watching.